Hey guys, so with the last video that I made that was about toilet paper replacements, I thought I would give you another very simple, very low-key relax hand sanitizer. So this is kind of, I'll show you. This is my bug out bag. I have my little tactical flashlight and window breaker and my Leatherman, and in the pocket I have my hand sanitizer. And this is what it looks like. And the reason it's orange is because it's actually, I make my own vanilla, and the way that you make vanilla is with Everclear, and you just put your vanilla beans in it and it turns into vanilla. It's a very inexpensive way to make a lot of vanilla. But my plain bottle of Everclear that I had on the shelf that I use for things like tinctures or hand sanitizer, I had already used it up. We've been using a lot of hand sanitizer, so what you see in this bottle is actually quite dilute vanilla. It hadn't been sitting in there quite long enough, so it actually looks like gin or something, but that's what it is. And it's just a little spray bottle, and when I'm in a airport or a hospital or something like that, I just put it on my hands, put it on my kids' hands, and I smell like vanilla. But you just rub your hands together the same way you would with any sanitizer. If you look at a bottle of hand sanitizer, you'll realize most of it is alcohol. They just made a gel out of alcohol. And so instead, you can just use something like this. Whew, that's some strong vanilla. The other nice thing about this is you can actually use it for deodorant. There's so many just really basic home supplies that can be used to make all this stuff, and it's just not a big deal. So Everclear is the best thing to get because it is, what is it, like 150 proof? What is it? No, it's 190 proof. So it has a much higher percentage of alcohol per volume, I think is what it's called. Yeah. So 190 proof is going to be 95% alcohol. And I like it better than a petroleum product alcohol. That's my own personal feeling. I would much rather use this than what's it called, isopropyl alcohol, but you can use isopropyl alcohol too. You just put it in a spray bottle, you spray it on your hands, you rub it in. If you feel like you didn't get enough the first time, spray it again. And that's how simple it is. I couldn't find Everclear in my local drugstore, or not drugstore, alcohol store, liquor store. I couldn't find it in my local liquor store. They'd sold out of it. And so I bought some that was only, what was it? I think it was 100 proof. So I think that's 50% alcohol by volume, which is not as good as Everclear. So if you can still get this, get this. If you can't, try to find another alternative, but it works really, really well, and super simple. You might already have some in your cupboard, but the likelihood of liquor stores being completely out of liquor at this point, people haven't really gone down the list of things that they're panicking about yet, so you should be able to find some of this. The other thing is, I do carry it in my bug out bag, and along with a toothbrush and toothpaste and hand lotion. And I just really like having something that I can stick in the car that has everything that I need day to day, and it's not heavy. You have to be kind of choosy about what you put in it. It's not meant to be like a diaper bag or anything. Get one of these for your kids and get one for yourself, and let your kids carry their own junk. One piece of advice that I would put out there to people is that if you're overtaxing your system, if you're not eating enough, that's probably a bigger risk than a lot of other things. So make sure you're eating. Make sure that you're letting your kids carry their own crap. You're not a pack horse. You're not bringing your own immune system down by overdoing it. Hopefully that's helpful. I'll try to get some more of these videos up showing you just really basic things around the house that you can use in a situation where you maybe don't have other things that are available. And hopefully that just kind of puts your mind to rest. This makes a heck of a lot of hand sanitizer. I mean, it's huge. And I think the last time I filled this up, it took me a year to use it up, and that was with me spritzing kids' hands and my hands. And for those of you who are worried about things like baby wipes and what were they called, diaper cloths and things like that, you can just cut up pieces of cotton and get them wet and use them like a washcloth on your baby's butt. Put them in a bucket. The bucket can have it can have water in it, and then just a little tablespoon, maybe even a teaspoon of chlorine. It has to be chlorine. It can't just be brand name. You need to actually make sure it has chlorine in it, and make sure it's not too old, because chlorine degrades down into water, and is it water and salt? I don't remember, but it degrades to where it doesn't actually sanitize anything. So make sure it's new. Make sure you have it on hand. Make sure you don't use too much of it. If you use too much, it doesn't sanitize any better than if you use enough of it. And if you're on a septic, you don't want to be putting large amounts of chlorine into your septic. It will make it so that it's not working properly. So don't overdo things. You want to use cold water when you're using Clorox as well. You don't need to use hot water for that kind of soaking. But don't panic. You can make cloth diapers out of old cotton sheets, out of shirts. In fact, I think I have an old video showing you how to make cloth diapers, and it's just really not a big deal. You rinse out solids into your toilet bowl, and so if your baby has a bowel movement in their cloth diaper, you take the cloth diaper, you put it in the toilet, in a clean toilet that is clean, and you rinse out the solids into that. You flush the toilet, you let the solids go down, and then you rinse it in there again, then you let it drip a bit, and then you put it in the bucket, and then every few days you just do a load of cloth diapers. It's just really simple, and maybe I should just make a video about that, about how to do that. In the meantime, I will just put up a link for how to sew cloth diapers. I better have one. I know I did one for sanitary napkins. If you're concerned about that kind of thing, they do have reusable options right now. The new underwear that work as sanitary napkins, but you can also just fold cloth and use it as a sanitary napkin and pin it in place, and then you do the same thing. You just rinse it out and then put it in the soaking bucket, and then you just wash them all one load at a time. And you can boil them. If you're going to boil things like that, you need to have a big pot, and that pot only gets used for that purpose. And you can actually sanitize all your cloths and diapers and wipes and everything just by boiling them. So all good skills to have, good skills to kind of look into a little bit, so that you're not breathing heavy, worried about things that aren't necessarily available in the store right now. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any other questions, let me know, and we'll talk to you later.